Hey there guys, Game King Faz here today to bring you a 1v1 match against TastyOranges versus Fillican. The green Protoss Fillican will be facing against off the red Terran TastyOranges. To start off the match, we are playing on Scrap Station. The green Protoss does send off very early probe. One thing I'd like to know about Scrap Station, it is, if you haven't ever played on this map, it is one big view as the Protoss is making his way. The probe is making his way. It's one big U from one base to another. An opponent could opt to go for these destructible rocks right here, which makes a very easy shortcut, but he would have to break through two destructible rocks, but it makes it much more accessible to go straight to your enemy's base. Meanwhile, Fillican's probe is just going to be sitting here. I think TastyOranges sees this. I'm gonna go to TastyOranges view. Actually, he does not see this. Maybe he did see it earlier in the game. I must have missed that. Because he does throw down a smiley face in the game chat. I wonder what that could mean. But it looks like the green Protoss might be going for some cheese. Yeah, it looks like he will be going for a cannon rush with that forge on the way instead of a gateway. So this cannon rush could be some early cheese. I wonder what the the Terran will be doing. This is probably a barracks, or no? It is an engineering bay. That is quite an interesting thing to throw down by the Terran. Why that he has no Marines to research any sort of upgrades on, so I do not know why he's throwing that down engineering bay. He should be throwing down a barracks to be fighting off that probe to prevent any early cheese in this game. But I don't know. Let's see. Protoss player, like any cheesy player would do, has nothing going on in his base right now. He has just that pylon and that forge, and there you go. There goes the first pylon in the Terran player's base, which will probably be leading into cannons as soon as he has the money. So yeah, so nothing going on. Terran player now finishing up the engineering bay, now goes for the barracks, but I don't think he will be able to build the barracks and push out a marine in time to get out and fight against his cheese. So the Protoss player now planting his first photon cannon. Photon cannon sends an SCV to try to combat that. No, he goes with the SCV to the probe. The probe has thrown down two photon cannons. It does look like a GG for the Terran player, as this will be very hard to defend against. So I don't know. Let's see what the Terran player has for us. The barracks still under production. I do not think that he will be able to get it down and get a marine produced. Oh, okay. Now this is smart, moving the command center into the back of the base, so these photon cannons can now reach us. This first photon cannon almost done warping in. It will be warped in right now, and it will probably start shooting at the barracks, which is already not finished building yet. Third photon cannon does go down. This barracks is going to be taking a heavy hit. Oh, he cancels that third photon cannon. I wonder why. This is interesting. Sending all his SCVs, throwing down a LOLs in game chat, sending all his SCVs and his command center to, I wonder, no, this doesn't look like he's going to the island. I wonder where he's going with that. Sending over his barracks too, but I think these two photon cannons will make short work of that barracks. Fillican throwing a lull, and TastyOranges declaring that he wins. I wonder what he has up his sleeve. Could he be going for a planetary fortress? He did throw down that engineering bay. If he did, then that is a very smart move. Very good hindsight on the Terran player's part. So another gateway being warped in for the Protoss, but I think it is going to be a little too late for the amount of time it's going to take for that gateway to come in and the first zealot to come out. These SCVs are going to work on that pylon. Very smart move. Going to be deactivating both this gateway and the forge. He sends out all his probes. This is a mass battle, but I think the SCVs will come out on top. There are more SCVs at this point. Protoss player warping another photon cannon, but the SCVs will make short work of that. And right now, the Protoss is only left with 4 probes over the Terran players. What is that, like 12 or I guess like 15 SCVs. So 14 SCVs, 1 probe left, 2 probes now. Truce. Fillican calls for a truce, but this is war. This is StarCraft 2. I do not think that the Terran player TastyOranges is going to be giving any sorts of truces. And yes, TastyOranges does say you tried to cannon rush me, and that is true. The Protoss player Fillican did try to go for cheese, and this is what he will be going for. The Planetary Fortress does finish, and now they're just going to make quick, well not quick, some vulgar language being thrown out by Fillican, and TastyOranges again tries to legitimize his Planetary Fortress rush. I think this is the first time I've ever seen this, by saying that the Protoss player Fillican did go for that early cheese photon cannon rush. TastyOranges even stating that no one expects the early Planetary Fortress rush. Fillican again declaring that this Planetary Fortress rush is some vulgar words. These SCVs doing a base swap, starting to mine from the Protoss player's base, but the Protoss player quits out without even a GG. Good job to TastyOranges for having that hindsight to build that engineering bay in regards to wanting to move his command center into the Protoss player base and build a Planetary Fortress and win. Moving all his SCVs into the Protoss player's base, Protoss player having nothing except for a the pylon and a forge down in his base. Getting that late gateway up, could not protect himself. His probes went down. Terran players went in and just completely destroyed. Good job, TastyOranges. And this is Game King Faz signing out.